Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to Ingleside Public Library's virtual Sleeptight Storytime. Tonight's book will be How Roket Learned to Read by Tad Hills. Got that? Roket loved to play. He loved to chase leaves and chew sticks. He loved to listen to the birds sing. Every fall morning, after chasing leaves, Roket would lie down in his favorite spot under his favorite tree. There, he'd sniff the neighborhood smells and settle in for a good nap. But one day, a little yellow bird startled Roket. "Ah, my first student, wonderful," she sang. Roket was confused. Student? I'm not a... But if I am your teacher," the bird interrupted, "then you must be my student." Roket found it hard to argue with this bird. "I am so glad you saw my sign," the bird chirped. "Oh, yes, I can see it," Roket said, "but I don't know how to read." "Can't read? Fantastic!" She waved a wing. "Welcome to my classroom." "But I just came here to nap," Roket said. No, there will be no napping in class," declared the bird, "except, of course, during nap time." "Well then, I can take a nap over here," said Roket. "I've had a very busy morning." "Not to worry. I'll be around every day," chirped the bird, "until the weather turns." As Roket breathed in a crisp air, the little yellow bird hung her banner. "Ah, the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet," she marveled, "where it all begins." You see that? It says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Opening a book, the bird began to read. She sang out the story of an unlucky dog named Buster, who'd lost his favorite bone. A cool breeze carried her lively voice across the yard. At first, Roket was disturbed. But before long, he found himself captivated. To Roket, the story was as delicious as the earthy smells of fall. It was as exciting as chasing leaves. He closed his eyes and listened to every word. As Buster dug and dug under the lilac bush, the bird read. He felt something familiar. Roket waited. Was it the bone? He wondered. Silence. Was it the bone? He called to the bird. More silence. Was it the bone? Roket hollered. Suddenly he was rushing into the tree. Well, was it? But the little yellow bird was gone. The next morning, Roket arrived early. At last, the little yellow bird appeared. "Hello! How wonderful to see you in class," she chirped. "I can tell by your waggy tail that you are well rested." "I'd like to hear the end of the story, please," said Roket. "That seems like a fine way to start the day," chirped the bird. She gave Roket a name tag and began to read. Every day, Roket returned to the little yellow bird's classroom. In the morning, the bird taught him a new letter, until he had learned all of the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet. Together, they sang out the sounds, and each letter makes I'm sorry. Together they sang out the sounds that each letter makes and spelled the sound they heard around them. With a G and many R's, they spelled Mr. Barker's growl. Grrr. They spelled the sound of the wind, which was growing colder by day. Whoosh! Soon they were spelling the words like fall, F-A-L-L, for the gusty time of the year, and red, R-E-D, for the color of the leaves. And each morning the bird read a story. She read stories about dogs and birds. She read about leaves changing colors and about birds flying south for the winter. Then one day the weather turned and the letter banner disappeared. "See you again in the glorious spring," said the bird sang. And as she flew into the wintry sky, she called, "And don't forget, words are built one letter at a time." The day grew shorter and the leaves fell from the trees. The grass became crunchy. Soon, Roket's classroom disappeared under the snow. He remembered the little yellow bird's alphabet and practiced his letters. See, that says A, B, C. Roket thought about the bird's sweet chirp while he sounded out words like dig, D-I-G, and wind, W-I-N-D, and cold, C-O-L-D. He made new friends and spelled their names. Hello, Emma, E-M-M-A. Hi there, Fred, F-R-E-D. He spelled everything. The sun, S-U-N, melt, M-E-L-T. When Roket spelled mud, M-U-D, he knew that spring, as it always does, had returned. The breeze blew warmer, the grass grew greener, and a sign appeared. Class starts tomorrow. How exciting! Early the next morning, Roket rushed to his classroom. As he waited, he spelled wag, W-A-G. Soon, the little yellow bird arrived. "Ah, my star student," she sang. "How wonderful to see you. I can see by your wagging tail that you are ready for class." Then together they begin to read. They read stories about birds flying north in the spring. They read about picnics in the warm sun. And they read about Buster, the lucky dog who found his bone under the lilac bush. And when they were done, they read it again and again and again. A-G-A-I-N. That was a cute book. Look at the little puppy. Oh, so cute. That was cute, boys and girls. And I hope this encourages you to read with your parents or learn to read by yourself, because when you read, it opens up a whole new adventure for you. Have a good night. Bye.